Hey legends, welcome back to the channel. Just going to do a quick episode today. I thought I'd cover the 12 volt gear that I use while I'm out on site. Let's check it out. As you can probably tell from the bag, I'm a Makita man. I've had a lot of this gear for many years. It's done plenty of Renault work over the years. I've flogged it to death and it still keeps going, so I'm pretty happy with it. It's the 18 volt kit. I think I just bought it on eBay. One of those package deals. Don't remember how much it was, over a decade ago now, I reckon. But I've just carried the usual gear. So I've got the impact driver, which I'll go through what I'll do with that later. Just the drill. Again, I'll cover that off soon. I've been carrying a reciprocating saw to do just cut up firewood at camp, but I'm going to show you a new little bit of kit I've got, which means I can leave that at home now. I forgot to take it out of the bag. I've got the torch that just came with that kit. It's really powerful. It's actually quite good for nighttime walks, head out in the bush and shine it up into the trees to spot some animals. This is a recent addition. You might have seen this in previous episodes. This little blower vac. I use it actually mainly to pump up my inflatable boat, the True Kit Discovery 400. It cranks really quickly, blows that up. I've also got this new tent for some of the kids to sleep in. It's a Zempire brand tent. It's also a blow up tent. It's got a hand pump, but I've been using that blower as well for that. It does it really quickly. Also doubles and comes in very handy, or triples actually. It doubles as a campfire starter, so you crank the campfire with it, blow a heap of oxygen in and you've got a bit of damp wood, it really gets it going, so it's good for that. It's also got an attachment. You can take the front off, put it in the side, and then it sucks, so it becomes a vacuum cleaner basically, and there's an attachment, a bag you can put on the end here. I haven't got the bag, don't really think I'll use it, but you can put one on there and it catches all the dust when you're vacuuming. Yeah, so it's a good little bit of kit. Holds a few purposes. I'm glad to have that in the bag now. That's about it in terms of the Makita gear that I actually carry with me. I'll just show you what I use this stuff for. Yeah, so the drill, it's got a few purposes. One of them is my Boss jockey wheel. It takes a square head fitting on a knuckle join, rotational join like that. This goes in the top of the Boss jockey wheel like that, and you just adjust reverse or forward, up and down to lift the drawbar up and down, obviously, drop it onto the car or take it off. So it's really useful for that. 2 speed's good because the lower speed's better. You don't want it flogging and going 100 miles an hour in there because the gear mechanism may not cope. Certainly not impact drivers. I think some impact drivers did some damage to these back in the day, so better off using the drill on slow speed, which is what I use it for. The other purpose that I have this for is my wind down steadies on the corners of the van. I've got an attachment that goes in the drill and goes into those to lift them up and down, but honestly I never use them. I never put my wind down steadies on. I'm not sure why. The Caravan just feels very stable when you're inside. I don't feel any rock and roll at all, probably because it's such a short wheelbase. Length of the van is not very long, so between the jockey wheel and the 2 wheels there's not much distance, and therefore you don't get much movement. I'm not sure, but anyway, you can use it for that as well. And the last piece I use this for, hopefully not too often, but sort of roadside repairs. You may have seen in some previous episodes where I've had to do a couple of roadside repairs, so I've had to pull this out a few times and punch some holes in things and fix some stuff. Impact driver. This is probably my favourite tool in my shed. I use this all the time, punching screws into things and whatever, but out in the camp, when I'm taking it in the Caravan, I might be used occasionally for repairing things, obviously, punching screws into whatever, or haven't really had to use it, honestly, in that sense, but the main purpose is, I've got this easy anchor, so that's the drill bit that comes with the easy anchors. It's got like a star head fitting on it. Don't know if that's going to focus, but that's what it looks like. And they just punch in and out of the ground in. So it's just a threaded thing, just to annoy all the neighbouring campers when you get to camp. It's like the battery's flat. Been using it on another tool, which I'll show you soon, but I'll show you what I do with the batteries when they get flat on camp. Yeah, so that's my little Makita charger I've got mounted on the wall in there. I've just got it on with a strap so I can take it off and put it in the car if I need to, but these come with just a cigarette lighter attachment. They're designed for tradies, I guess, to put in their utes when they're at site and so on. I just plug them in. I've got a ciggy lighter outlet there. I just plug it in there and light it up. It just runs on 12 volt, obviously, with that connection, but it charges 18 volt batteries. And I don't know, I put it on and don't really pay that much attention, but it seems to charge them pretty quickly. So that's how I get my batteries charged. It's awesome. This is the latest addition to the kit. So I looked around for ages for a Makita battery-powered chainsaw, and they were really expensive. I just couldn't justify it for the amount of use it was going to get, so I never ended up buying one. The old man recently got one of these from Bunnings. I think they're about 130 bucks. And he flogged it one day, cut down a whole tree into little sections, and it just kept powering on with one battery, and you didn't even have to sharpen the chain that day. So I was pretty keen to get one for 130 bucks. It looks like an oversized toy, but it actually does work pretty well. Without having to then get a charger and a battery and everything to seat the Azito, I can buy online on eBay. You can buy these adapters. So it's just a little plastic slide in, click in, and that becomes a Makita basically. So my 18 volt gear, this is an 18 volt Azito, so it was obviously matched. And the battery just slides in like you would normally put on a Makita battery. You can't do it with one hand. There we go. Done. And it cranks. I'm pretty happy with it. This is the first weekend I've had to use it, and we've chopped up heaps of wood with it. I've been chopping wood all weekend, so pretty good. I'll call that the end of the episode. Thanks for dialing in again, guys. Leave a comment below. I'd be interested to know if there's any tools I'm missing out on. I can always do with some more tools. Yeah, so leave us a comment and let me know. Cheers.